he just confirmed that he's the true champion. He beat everyone.
Where does he rank, man, amongst the greats? Because he's definitely cemented his name.
There is Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time.
After defeating the Gypsy King for the second time this year, Oleksandr Usyk reaffirmed his position as the undisputed king of this era's heavyweight division. However, this has sparked a number of debates about whether or not Usyk is the greatest of all time. There is no denying that he is the best heavyweight fighter of this period.
And after that, in every era was the true champion. Oleksandr is in this era champion, and he stands right there, up there.
It's interesting to note that a large number of boxing experts concur and have made their positions known. Usyk is an Olympic gold medalist, an undisputed heavyweight and cruiserweight champion, and he has already established himself as a generational great. While Smith, who was calling the fight for Dane, believes there can be no question as to whether Usyk is an all-time great, he does not have any more worlds to conquer.
It would have done in your era, the era of Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson. How do you think he would have done against you and your contemporaries?
I would have to compare him to Evander Holyfield, and I think he would have done very well. Very well. I don't think he would have.
He is deserving of having his name mentioned with Lennox Lewis, Tyson, Mike Ali, Muhammad Joe Lewis, and George Foreman. You must place him up there. By winning the first bout, Smith told the news exclusively that he had already cemented his spot as the finest pound-for-pound fighter of his generation. However, he only places himself at 17th place, placing Terence C.R. Crawford at the top of that list. He has solidified his legacy in this generation by winning this fight, but he must now be regarded as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Evander Holyfield, and I think he would have done very well. Very well. I don't think he would have lasted against me.
It's always a challenge to compare fighters across different eras, like debating whether a young Mike Tyson could beat a young Oleksandr Usyk. However, it's clear that Usyk would hold his own in any era, against any of the greats. He has already defeated Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua twice, along with a dominant victory over Daniel Dubois. Usyk's impressive resume includes victories over some of the toughest cruiserweights, solidifying his status as one of the greatest of all time. Beyond his achievements in the ring, Usyk's impact extends to his role as an ambassador for his country, Ukraine. He has shown tremendous courage, supporting his fellow Ukrainians by speaking with soldiers on the front lines amidst the ongoing war. Usyk embodies the spirit of resilience and pride, making him not only a remarkable athlete but also a truly inspiring role model and flag bearer for Ukraine.
I throw a mean uppercut in there, and I noticed he gets caught with uppercuts, so he wouldn't have been able.
Oleksandr Usyk has firmly established himself as the undisputed heavyweight champion following his dominant victory over Tyson Fury in their December rematch. Usyk, who previously held the undisputed cruiserweight title, solidified his legacy by earning a unanimous decision victory in their split decision showdown in May. This recent win elevated him to the #1 spot in the global pound-for-pound rankings, marking him as the new heavyweight champion. Usyk's skillful strategy and boxing IQ were on full display as he outwitted Fury, cementing his position as one of the greatest fighters in heavyweight history. Usyk's success is not only a personal achievement, but also a reflection of his commitment to inspire the next generation of boxers. Beyond his accomplishments in the ring, Usyk is passionate about helping kids and ensuring that his impact extends beyond boxing.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here, here. What is my motivation?
His rating is undeniable. This comes after defeating former champion and all-time great Tyson Fury in a tight but decisive decision for the second time in a row. Comparing Usyk to his predecessors is made more difficult by the fact that he has only fought 7 times as a heavyweight. His career achievements surpass those of the most distinguished champions in history. Since then, he has made the most of his time in the division by winning 2 battles against his arch-rival, Fury. He either has defeated Anthony Joshua twice. In addition, Daniel Dubois, the current IBF champion, was stopped late.
Respect this guy because I think it's very tough my opponent.
Daniel Dubois is expected to be Oleksandr Usyk's next opponent if he defeats former heavyweight champion Joseph Parker on February 22nd. Meanwhile, Parker, who is currently ranked number 4, could become the next challenger for Usyk's IBF title if he beats Dubois in Riyadh. Usyk vacated the IBF title earlier this year, and if Parker wins, he could face Usyk in what would be the Ukrainian's 23rd career bout. Usyk has firmly established himself as the best heavyweight of this generation and one of the true all-time greats of the 21st century. This is especially impressive considering that, at 6, Usyk was once considered too small to compete against the towering heavyweights who dominate the division today. However, Usyk's performances have proven otherwise, showing that his skill and heart can overcome the physical advantages of larger opponents. At 36, Usyk still has plenty left in the tank and remains a top contender. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury, who recently faced Usyk, reflected on their past matchups, stating, "I thought I won that fight again. I thought I won both fights despite having 2 losses on his record." Fury, acknowledging his defeats, seemed resigned to the fact that there's little more to be done about it.
I don't have motivation. Only my regime. Only my concentration.
It is what it is. Don't worry about things that have already happened. It has occurred. I finally understand boxing. I've spent my entire life in it. I'll always feel a little bit badly done by not a little bit. Rather a lot, he said, but you can't reverse decisions. This century, Usyk became the first undisputed heavyweight champion in boxing, and he continues to be the sport's best fighter. Pound for pound, the 37-year-old Sosa Salpauas has solidified his position as the finest heavyweight of this generation with his prestige and career-defining victories.
Tyson Fury make me strong. Tyson Fury continue.
Whether Usyk should now be considered one of the best of all time is one of the topics being raised in the aftermath of his victory over Fury in their rematch on Saturday. Asking the question is simple, but answering it is somewhat challenging. In truth, the only thing a boxer can do is to demonstrate that they are the finest of their age. As Sporting News attempts to clarify our present position among the heavyweight greats, they will have a resume can be compared to their predecessors when they retire.
They're not like motivated for me, but Tyson is a great opponent. It's a big man, it's a tough boxer, it's a good man. Tyson
Oleksandr Usyk, a former undisputed cruiserweight champion, has only had 7 heavyweight bouts, 5 of which were title fights. Despite his impressive record, his resume is still far from matching the legendary Muhammad Ali. Ali had 21 world title bouts in the heavyweight division, defeating multiple Hall of Famers, some of them more than once. Usyk, due to his relatively short time in the heavyweight division, may not have enough time to build a comparable legacy. Before their anticipated fight, renowned trainer Robert Garcia, who has worked with Anthony Joshua and Jesse Rodriguez, claimed Usyk was unbeatable by Tyson Fury and other heavyweights. Garcia, who holds Usyk in high regard, believed the Ukrainian had the skill to end Fury's unbeaten streak, predicting that Usyk could be the one to hand the heavyweight champion his first loss. Garcia was quick to call Usyk his favorite in the division, praising his unique abilities and potential to defeat Fury.
A lot of talk, yeah? It just show. I very respect Tyson Fury. 24 round, listen. Now it's already history.
I believe it's a really difficult choice since Fury is so large and heavy, which will make things extremely difficult for Usyk. Fury is a highly skilled fighter, so if he's in peak form, Usyk may be in trouble. He has a low reach, understands how to utilize his body, and knows how to use his weight. It's a difficult one. Perhaps I'm being prejudiced since I want Usyk to win. I believe we can make a choice, but it won't be simple.
Fight. I think a few rounds. Usyk fights well, gives Fury problems, but
Many fans who have been eagerly awaiting this battle will be disappointed by Robert Garcia's reaction when he was questioned about the type of fight he was hoping for. Given the stakes, he said it wouldn't be as exciting as making it to BB since both fighters would be quite wary of one another.
Fury's just too big, too strong, too heavy. He's going to use that in his advantage, and he'll tire him out because Usyk does tire out too.
It won't be a thriller, in my opinion. Usyk will likely fight cleverly and use angles, and if he doesn't get tired, he should be able to fight for 12 rounds. I mean that. Because Fury need a lot of footwork and mobility to be able to perform that for 12 rounds, Usyk may become fatigued due to his size, strength, and weight. Given that he chose Oleksandr Usyk as a win. It won't be simple. The renowned trainer Isis was requested to advise Usyk on how to stop Tyson Fury. Not only take him to the canvas, but also maybe disqualify him from boxing.
Great fight, because it's going to be for the undisputed, heavyweight championship, which is something we haven't had in a while, so I'm excited about the fight. I think
he has excellent footwork and angles, practice them all night. However, once Fury grips or utilizes his body, I would advise Usyk to relax his body and apply any weight or force to him.
Usyk doesn't like body shots, so I think that's going to be Fury's game plan.
What if Fury sits on him?
He's going to be too heavy for him.
I would advise Usyk not to wrestle with Fury or use force on him if he is using his body to his advantage, as that will also exhaust him. He went on. I would let the referee break it up, do his job, and then continue with his footwork. And angles. I believe that combinations and angles will have a significant impact. Naturally, when asked which of the two world champions he would choose to coach, Albert Garcia also indicated interest in instructing Oleksandr Usyk.
1 month after that cut was maybe not enough time. From the pictures that I seen, the cut looked pretty big, pretty deep. So I don't know if